Hi guys. So today we're going to talk about uh, how to move on in life when we have a breakup. Right now, we're not restricting ourselves to a breakup with. It's not just romantic relationships that we're referring to. I'm going to refer to breakups that could be, with parents, with separations. It could be spouse, friends, relatives, anybody. We can actually uh, superimpose any of those with these tips, right? So I'm going to have a three tire. I've broken these points into three tire. The first tire is like, okay, you can manage, in a bed types, and if that doesn't work, then the second tire, and the second tire doesn't work, then we will see what's the third one, right? Awesome. So initially when you have a breakup, if it's just for a very short period of time, all that you have to do is very simple. You just need to have a makeover, and this makeover that I'm talking about is no big deal. You just go chop your hair, or just go get a haircut, or even go binge on a bit of shopper therapy. Just go buy some clothes for yourself, try on new clothes, or you just do window shopping and try on new clothes. Go out basically, or do something with your face that makes you look different, and that could actually change the way you feel. So that's a basic thing that you could do. Yet another basic stuff that you could do is probably go for a good massage, right? A body massage, or just spend some time by yourself pursuing your hobbies, or could be just reading a book with a cup of coffee, a drink, or whatever that makes you feel a little relaxed, and enjoying you, basically spending time with yourself. Oh, now I can't spend time with myself. Okay, if that's an issue with you, then I would recommend go spend time with your friends, with your close associates, with some people who with whom you really feel empowered with in their presence. They spend time with them. That could be a welcome respite for you, to help you move on. All right. Okay, all of this don't work, then the next thing is you could actually vent it out. Now I will also tell you how to do this. You can vent it out in different ways. Yes, go to your room and sit and cry your tears out. Well, this doesn't work, then when nobody is at home or you have your space to yourself, you can close down all the rooms, the windows and doors, and thrash the pillows, like hit the pillows, cushions onto the bed. You can shout, without hurting yourself basically, and make sure you do not have any glass utensils, crockery, or even your phone around, because you don't want to invest money or spend money on broken stuff. Okay, so that's caution. All right, now all of this don't work. Now you're not a person who can vent it out. Even that isn't sufficient, or you're not a person who can shout. You're like, you're not the person who's that aggressive. Then the best thing could be, you can vent it out by journaling. Just sit and write down whatever you feel, whatever, I mean it. Whatever comes to your mind, you can go ahead and write it out. Now when you journal, it's a very powerful way to vent, primarily because you never know, this could turn out to be a very creative, and it could turn out to be a very creative endeavor for you in life. This could turn out to, you're channelizing your energies when you're journaling, and you can also reflect on what exactly went wrong. It will give you an amazing feedback to yourself as to where you stand, and what is it that I should not do. What are the mistakes that I should not commit in future. It's a very reflective way to vent out, and it's a beautiful way to understand where you stand and what exactly did you do, or what is it that you should not repeat. The mistakes you feel they are mistakes you don't want to repeat, to stop this pattern from repeating again, or attract the same kind of relationship in future. Okay, now none of this work. Now this I call as the first tire. None of this work. Then let's move on to the second tire. It's a little bit not so mechanical. The second tire would be a little bit more involved, or say for instance it's a relationship where it was very deep, and all of this is not working out. Then in that case you go to the next tire, right? In the next tire, what I would say is some of the stuff that could work for you are, You could just do some forgiving exercises. Just write down whatever is it that you feel the person has offended you with, or you feel the person has not been just, especially when it's toxic kind of relationship, you probably feel very angry. And in that case, you can actually write down what are the things that you're angry about against this person, and then at the end of it, say, I forgive you, or forgive the person's name, and then meditate over it, and visualize that you're angry and all of this. Go through all of these emotions, and then take the piece of paper, tear it, burn it, throw it in the bin, or flush it in the potty, whatever is fine. All right, you could do all of these. Another thing that is very, very powerful is you sit and go through. You can generally, when you are going through so much of these are emotions that can be very profound and very intense. Sometimes nobody can understand the intensity that you are going through. So what you can do is you can actually just sit, close your eyes. This may not be for the entire janta out there, but some people, you will see, if it hurts, your heart actually physically aches, right? I mean, that's something you cannot tell anyone. It's a very intense pain. So what you could do is you can just sit and experience the pain in your heart, like wherever it's paining. Sometimes you feel heavy in your heart, sometimes it just hurts, your whole body hurts. Your body has a way to communicate that it's hurting, right? So you just close your eyes and experience, accept and experience the pain. You cannot escape pain, my loves. You cannot escape pain, because if you escape, the pattern is going to repeat, because you've not learned your lessons. You're trying to escape. You got to experience the pain. Once you experience the pain, okay, it's over. Then you tell your body, hey, it is hurting, I'm hurting, my heart is hurting, or whatever. You acknowledge it, basically acknowledge and accept what's happening to your body, and then you tell yourself it's over. All right, so you keep regurgitating that. That's an amazing way to deal with your pain. Over a period of time, you actually kind of come out of this particular feeling. Now, yet another way to do is, one thing I want to mention before anything is, you will have a lot of near and dear ones. You'll have your BFs who will tell you, hey, you know what, this person is so good, it's only so much, why can't you just compromise? I'm here to say they mean well for us. They really mean well for us, and what they could be saying might be absolutely right, and could it could suit their needs. But you are a very different person. You may not really mirror that person. You may be a very different person. You might think and feel differently. Please give yours. They mean well, so let's listen to them. But then by the end of the day, the decision is yours. And once the decision is done, no compromises. So you never compromise and bend backwards, or don't compromise, guys. That's all I want to say. All right, if you feel this is not it, especially in a toxic relationship where there is an imbalance in give and take, if you're going to give, it's going to mar your self-esteem, right? So by the end of, it's not worth it. So no compromises. By the end of the day, the decision will be yours. All right, cool. Next thing that is very powerful is when you sit and acknowledge and experience your pain. Yet another thing that you could do is sit and meditate. Just close your eyes and meditate. If there is pain, that's fine, but just calm down, focus and meditate. Oh, hold on, I cannot meditate. I have a lot of my clients saying, oh, you know what, Chandrika, I can't close my eyes. That's fine. Open your eyes and meditate. Okay, no, I cannot even open my eyes and meditate. Meditation is something that I'm not cool about. All right. If that's the case, just sit quietly. Sit, in your garden. Go to a park, beach. I mean, whatever, in nature. Just sit with bare feet on the ground. Nature has an amazing way to take all your negativity. Even hugging a tree helps like crazy. So spend time with nature. It could be any kind of nature that you relate and resonate with. It could be beaches, greenery, mountains, whatever. Travel, go to a place, spend that time with nature by yourself. That's an amazing healing. Now, none of this works. Now this is the tier 2 I was talking about. If none of these work, then I would like you to understand, or if you just feel like sleeping, you're unable to live your life, you're not able to experience and enjoy your moments in life after this breakup, then I would like you all to know, if it goes for months and a year or sometimes years and you don't realize, you feel sleepy, you're avoiding work, you're not doing anything about your life, yourself basically, you're not enjoying yourself, you're avoiding people, you're not socializing, even the bare minimum, then I want you all to know, if you're looking at this, if you're viewing this video, I want you all to know that you are enmeshed in this relationship. You're bordering on depression, or you might even be going through this situation of depression. So if that's the case, you need professional help. And you need professional help not with cognitive therapy. We do not want cognitive therapy here, because it's not working for you. You've already taken these steps and it didn't work. So you definitely need healing, a non-cognitive therapy, all right? So this is what I want to share with you all. I hope this helps. Please do write down or mention in the comments if you have any other ideas or any other ways of dealing with the breakup. We'll all learn together. We're all together on this. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye-bye.